still going on.
Yeah,
so you should be one. Yeah,
Yoshi. So if you got us as well, got the mainstream up as well, there's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. Of course, for us, no doubles, only 3 characters in this time. Squad strike, singles alone either way. We're gonna be getting Shu on stream. I'm actually a pretty big fan of her.
Yeah, I've seen Shu play twice today already.
Yeah, okay.
The ZSS was immaculate as always, although it doesn't look like we're seeing the ZSS. It looks like we're seeing the Jigglypuff, Kazuya, and Diddy Kong, not 3 characters that that you would expect from someone who seems to be a character specialist. But
coming up against an Alabama local as well in Light. So there's so many people called Light, I swear. There's a Yoshi from Canada, I believe. There's obviously Light, the actual top player. And we've got Light right here. Gonna see what this one can do with Young Link starting off against Shu Jigglypuff.
Even though Light is a local, I've actually never had the pleasure of watching them play before, so this is really just like, it's, I've seen Shu play more than I've seen Light play today, which is an insane thing to think of, but already Shu coming swinging out the gate here with this Jigglypuff. That should be a jab rest in the sleep. Oh, the boomerang return almost preventing the jab block sing there, but that is going to be an incredibly fast stock going over to Shu nonetheless.
Yeah, the toys were coming out, but either way, it was still bedtime nonetheless for the little kid. Young Link going to be getting the hell out of there. The Yoshi is next. And I want to see what the Yoshi can do against, obviously, Jigglypuff. A lot of air drift between both characters, going to be flying at each other a lot of the time. Of course, it's already on Shu, shall I say. It's kind of like drift in and out and avoid these bigger hitboxes from Yoshi.
Yeah, I think it's, obviously in Squad Strike, that's something you have to be thinking about constantly. You may have won that first character matchup, but the second character matchup can always be a doozy, or the third, whichever it may be. However, Shu's still maintaining a pretty dominant, I would say, stride here in this game, winning a lot more neutral interactions than can be said for Light. But I think, Yoshi, famous aerials, when one of these ends up landing, inevitably, it will be devastating. And I know that Yoshi is typically regarded as having a very strong matchup against Puff exactly for that reason, having such great air mobility and such great killing aerials on top of that.
Yeah, you make a really good point. Of course, Jigglypuff, Yoshi's not going to be fun for Puff a lot of the time. Of course, you have to challenge the big up airs, big aerials in general. But of course, when you're Kazuya, when you're an armored juggernaut character like that, you can now armor through these approaches that Light has been doing, successfully earlier.
Yeah, with all of that being said, about Yoshi versus Jigglypuff, Shu was able to put on enough damage now to where Light is pretty much on their last legs if they end up in the disadvantaged state against Kazuya, at least it should be all but a foregone conclusion if they get hit by an electric, if they get hit by a demon uppercut, as we've seen already.
Yeah, and you can't challenge too much from the air. You have to watch out. Of course, the electric does a great job of anti-airing a lot of the things that Yoshi wants to put out.
That full body invincibility, don't play.
Don't play it at all. You can see a couple of jabs right there. Going for the lasers, has to make sure that he avoids it. If you're in the air all the time, like you said, you've been getting anti-air all the time.
Yeah, big up smash coming out there, closing out the stock once again for Shu. And we actually see Shu in a really tough position here because they have no double jump. Is the win box going to be enough? No, right? Actually, it just has to default back to the back air there to knock them back off stage. Such a fortuitous position, but Shu goes ahead and throws that one away just for the fans.
Yep, and now the Diddy's out, and honestly, this is a good matchup for Diddy. A lot of times, Palu can't really pressure Diddy's shield too much, especially when he's got that banana peel in his hand, you know what I mean? He had definitely to have some playtime, and we're seeing some playtime right now. Shu doing a good job pressuring Light whenever she wants to get something started.
Yeah, I love what you say there about, Palutena definitely has to change their game plan a lot against Diddy Kong, because the things that are typically regarded as being strong with Palutena, which are those, easily, those safe moves, very spammable, some would say, they aren't really as safe or really as whiff safe
for sure
as they typically would be, because Diddy Kong, probably the best whiff punisher in the game, at least up there with
Oh my god, Shu going all the way out there. We're gonna have to calm down on that one. Just gonna get lull back to sleep, back to neutral, but still has a command. And look at this, he's already goes for the hug option, side B, the command grab, making sure you can't stay off the shield too long. Have to approach aggressively sometimes. Damn, big slap as well.
Yeah. Up tilt, definitely, I would say an unsung hero of Diddy Kong's kit. When you think about kill moves, you're thinking about forward smash out of banana, you're thinking about up smash, maybe even fastest up smash out of shield in the entire game on Diddy Kong. But sometimes all you need is a good up tilt. It's got that option coverage for the roll, and right there it did its job.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think that's a really good way to put it, unsung hero. These up tilt, so many moves kind of kill, kind of threaten the opponent's, mind, scare them into it. And you get the up tilt out of nowhere, and you can real net some stocks kind of early. Just up tilt does not play.
Diddy certainly has scarier moves than that, but maybe that's just a testament to the character that the move that ended the game is not even in his top 5 scariest.
Yep. And that's the thing, Shu not even opting for the actual lineup, so to speak. No ZSS, no even Mario even. And I've seen her play those characters before, but instead still rocking the Jigglypuff, but instead swapping it out for some Palutena and some Aegis time.
Yeah, it looks like we're honestly just looking to run the roster here. We've got changes on both sides. The Yoshi and the Palutena are going to stick around for Light, but a Bowser is actually going to be introduced against this Jigglypuff. And I think, a fortunate draw, too, because this matchup is so volatile.
For sure.
If it comes out in favor of Light, he'll have a stock advantage, and if it comes out in favor of Shu, then, same way or what is it? Wrap. Same thing for them as well.
Yeah, I don't think the Youngling did too much, of course, getting rested straight away. So maybe opting for the Bowser as more of like a more comfortability pick. Of course, heavy characters are always going to do well in these type of brackets where, you know, if you stay alive, you're going to be heavier and heavier. Of course, they're going to be angry and angry, you know what I mean? So there's going to be a lot of things they can kind of take advantage of, especially against Puff being a lighter character. But oh man, no roll in or roll out, goes for the aggressive option, but he's still going to be put to sleep. Shu.
And Shu actually survives that interaction because, okay, if this is a regular game of Smash, you come back down really quick, you're able to punish that, sleep or the rest. But instead, because it takes so long to actually swap characters in Squad Strike, they got away scot-free. Regardless, Light was able to take that stock back really fast. Great, revenge kill there, putting him back in the game almost. And now we're pretty much back to a dead even one.
Using the system, bro. I loved it. But still, either way, we're going to see the Shooty just for the first time. See what he can do against Yoshi. I thought, of course, Yoshi doesn't really like too many disjoints in his life, right? The matchups can be kind of annoying. Having to always put those big hitboxes that swing out away. You're fighting even bigger hitboxes that can't actually be challenged, you know. And sometimes these committal moves can work out in Yoshi's favor, but you have to space around it. But how do you really do that? You know, against Aegis, that are quick as well on the mark, especially Mythra.
That's just the life of Yoshi, is like people camp right in your face.
Yep.
Anyone with a sword, they're going to be looking to not only keep you out, but also just the moment that you do overextend, they're going to whiff punish you and they're going to make your life kind of a living hell, honestly. That's just the way it is for the character, unfortunately. But, you know, Light actually still has the percent lead and is able to find a great up air there to close out that second stock. Now just going to have to clear this Palutena to see if we can take us to a game 3.
Yeah, now even if Shu wins this trade, still has to opt for another Palu. So there is some things that Light can do here to kind of, you know, make sure that Shu bleeds out if the Palu actually has to make a comeback in this game as well. But either way, Shu did a really good job keeping him in there. Of course, you know, we talked about disjoints, but just big hitboxes in general, bigger hitboxes on Palutena's side are always going to work out. And now, she didn't even take that too much.
Palutena Ditto coming out now, yeah. We were talking about rough matchups for Yoshi just a second ago, and that definitely has to be one of the worst, I would think, is Palutena versus Yoshi, but still, he did have the room to work with. Oh, Light didn't realize that they lost their jump. They lost the jump, and then, okay, this is best of 5.
Apparently.
Oh, really? Yeah, just received word this is best of 5, so maybe that blunder can be made up for in this next game.
For sure, yeah, that was a bit of an unfortunate one. You know, Light having a great lead going into that 2-1 up, just couldn't find the right footing, and now Shu completely switched up Light yet again.
Even closer than the first game too. Really a great showing from Light thus far, especially against a caliber of player like Shu. But yeah, like you said, we're just running the roster again. Wolf's coming out. Love to see great Wolf play. Just at any level above mid. When you start to get to like high level, that's when the character I think really starts to become the most interesting.
For sure.
Samus and Byleth also getting rocked as well, and even a Wario coming out from Light. I love Wario too. It's one of my favorite characters to watch. So. Really excited for this. A lot of characters I enjoy watching. That's one of the greatest things about Squad Strike, right?
Yeah, you get to see
a whole bunch. You get to watch 6 characters.
A whole bunch of characters, work their way in. Obviously, the order can matter sometimes in comfortability. And yeah, so the Bowser, the Youngling, both getting put away. You know, even opting for the Palu as well, opting out for Dark Pit and Wario. And then on Shu's side, she said, you know what, I'm going to completely flip the script, you know what I mean? I don't want to put anyone you're used to. There's no point trying to download the data. I've got a different stick of memory. And now I've got the Wolf, the Samus, and the Snake on her side. Yeah,
and on the other hand, Light is actually just sticking hard with the Yoshi through the entire set.
Yeah, that seems to be his main.
Makes sense, yeah, because that's definitely been the character that's done the most work for them here in this Squad Strike set. But first is actually going to be Wario versus Snake, an interesting matchup because considering how combo-oriented Wario is, Snake, of course, does have that frame 1 escape option. But it's hard to say really who the trades are better for at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue, of course, if you do feed Wario, he is able to kind of get these, projectiles, you can feed off them, but damn, there is nothing to feed off that. No food at all, just getting served up a big, huge F smash just like that, and a Shu with a command lead again.
Yeah, that's so crazy because Light really looked to be in the driver's seat there, but that Snake forward smash, it does not play around, and that, you cannot be giving up hits like that if you're going to want to take this set over Shu right now, or even just a game.
Yeah, and now opting for Dark Pit, be having a much better recovery, but of course more susceptible with no hitbox, of course.
I like that Light waited for the air dodge there from Shu. It seemed to be something that they were aware of, but still they just didn't have the execution to actually get a punish regardless of that.
Opting for the sticky, maybe looking for a forward air, couldn't find it, and real good on Light to kind of retreat to the ledge, not make it too aggressive, and still keep the center stage control.
Yeah, Shu honestly more than competent to just box it out with the Snake. We've seen maybe like 1 or 2 grenades the entire time. This is a Snake, this is using their normals, which, I mean, honestly, for how slow the character is, I guess it doesn't matter if you have them at the ledge like how Shu has this whole game, because you're gonna start ripping dash attacks, back airs all throughout the ledge, and eventually one of them is gonna hit.
Yeah,
the
for
move
sure.
is so active.
I mean, Snake has really good normals in general, and
Of
if
course,
you look at
yeah.
the frame data, you might actually be kind of surprised, maybe even sick.
Yeah.
Some of the frame data is real good.
F tilt dash attack.
Oh yeah, down air.
Yeah, down air, even up air
Yep.
are moves that are really in a league of their own.
And up tilt, you know, scary ass move regardless. Do you want to see what the Sams can do now? You know, Shu is finally playing another Metro character and just getting rid of the competition right now.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The recovery from Light just becoming a bit too predictable there,
Yeah.
as Shu just decided to opt off, go for the easy route, take a stock where you can.
Yeah, of course, getting the pivot grab, you can't read that too much on my shield. You know, Samson's floating enough to kind of read that and make a choice on what she wants to do next. Okay, big shoulder charge as well. The missile can't get too much past it. And even covering with the up B, making sure negating that air. You know, you can't. So no fly zone for Yoshi.
Yeah, this is looking really tough for the Yoshi right now, but no jump on Shu. This could be a huge advantage state string that they need really to get back in this game, but weak down are actually sending towards the blast zone there. Not a hitbox you see every day.
Not at all.
The back throw not going to be able to take it here, but we're just repeating the same situation now. Light still struggling to make any stake any claim on the stage.
Okay, chucking a couple of eggs, just can't find the mark. And still, you know, Shu was able to recover low, just couldn't find that last part. So it is one stock apiece. Of course, Light is bleeding out.
Yeah. Now just don't get hit by any of Wolf's moves and you win the game, right?
Right?
Any of them. Don't get up tilted, don't get back air, don't get nared, up to yeah.
Easier said than done for sure. And of course, Light just couldn't find that way past Shu. Shu played hella characters and was just great.
I was gonna say great stuff to Shu.